2 days ago, I released a video talking about the first unlock of 1.16 billion CRO, and people were going crazy in the comments talking about time for 2-cent CRO or sell your CRO and buy Atom. But what really happened here? Well, nothing. So what is going on? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only Coin Baron, and this video is sponsored by WolfSwap. And WolfSwap just released a completely new product called Compounder, and more about that later. But first, I want to talk about the big news story of today, which of course is the first ever unlock of 1.16 billion CRO. Because you can see here in this wallet that now 1.16 billion CRO is available in the Cronos Strategic Reserve. And also still have a vesting amount, so we still see about 68 billion CRO is vested, but this amount will slowly shrink as this amount will slowly grow because more and more will unlock every month. But okay, we talked in the previous video a lot about different scenarios because this is give or take $100 million worth of CRO tokens. So definitely not a small amount. We talked about a worst case scenario with the CRO token basically going back to about 7.9 cents. But we also talked about, the positive side. For example, that we actually see some shifts here on CoinGecko or in CoinMarketCap. But truth be told here, guys, for example, the circulating supply on CoinGecko has not changed a bit. It has not changed a bit. And that might be due to the fact that also this amount has not moved out of this wallet. So this wallet is still holding on to 1.16 billion CRO. So as long as it's in this wallet, it's doing nothing. It is not really circulating. But once it starts moving, then things become, I think, a bit more interesting. Because of course, then the question is, what are they going to do with all that fund? Is it going to be sold off? Is it going to be sent to developers? Is it going to be used for ETF seeding as promised by Chris? A lot of different scenarios, but unfortunately we don't know what they will do with it. The only person that really knows what's going to happen with that wallet is most likely here Mirko. And Mirko is the newly appointed Cronos lead that is going to replace Ken Timsit here. And Mirko has been tweeting quite some interesting things. So let me quickly share it with you guys, because here he posted on the 18th of April, had a blast over a 2-day deep dive workshop with Esther Wong. And Esther Wong is actually working, for example, on the cards and DeFi products of Crypto.com. But also she's responsible, I think, for the on-chain wallet. So really looking forward to what they will be doing together. Maybe also with something special for the Cronos chain and therefore also for the CRO token. But they might use a bit of funds from the reserve wallet. Anyways, he does mention future is bright, pumped for the CRO fam. And that does really excite me, ladies and gentlemen. But what excites me the most is the reply from Mirko below. So we can see here, Alex is asking a question about the outcomes of the workshop. And Mirko then replies, well, you might see those outcomes sooner than you think. Cronos needs a barrage of good news and compounding momentum. Don't want to spoil the fun until the plan is rock solid. So he's definitely teasing some very good news. So guys, don't forget to strap in, because once the good news comes, price might react very quickly. So looking forward to whatever it might be. By the way, the person asking this question is Alex, who's the co-founder of WolfSwap. And they've been working on an absolutely new product called Compounder, the sponsor of this video. Compounder is a new dApp on Cronos and Cronos ZKVM. And what it does is absolutely no rocket science, but it will make your life a lot easier. So if you provide liquidity for a few pairs, like for example, CRO Lion here on a site like VVS Finance, you get an APR of about 171%. And that is definitely juicy. But if you want to maximize it, you have to stake those rewards again and again and again. And that's exactly what Compounder does. So Compounder has these vaults here like CRO Lion. And if you provide the liquidity pool token, it will compound for you even while you're sleeping. So here we're talking about 400%. So guys, a lot higher reward. Check out Compounder in the description down below and start earning while you're sleeping. Anyways, let's go back to the CRO charts, because as I told you in the intro, not much is really happening there. The market is simply chopping along here, but as I mentioned in my previous market update, well, basically it was about to hog onto this line. and it's exactly doing that. So it's the calm before the storm, and then we're going to know if it's going to violently go upwards or violently go downwards. That's, I think, what we're waiting for, but it's also what we're waiting for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is basically showing you something very similar. The only good thing for Bitcoin is that it's holding on still to the 21-day and now also the 50-day simple moving average. So it is going to the right side. However, it's also losing a bit of momentum here. So again, guys, it is waiting for market movements, and that's very, very boring, I know. But like I just mentioned earlier, also with the news, for example, for Merco is probably also going to release more news when he knows the market is going to react more favorably to it as well. So I think everyone is kind of waiting for example, also the Fed meeting. It is waiting for tariff news. It is waiting for basically a bit more confidence in the market. What gives me personally confidence is, for example, here the rainbow chart, with again it reaching the lower bound here. So I'm waiting for a bounce here, but also for the MACD. The MACD is here, for example, converging slowly into the green again on the weekly scale. So honestly, it is all going into the right direction, and that makes sense because I think everyone is kind of waiting for better times. It is Bitcoin, it is the S&P 500. Basically, everyone is ready. It is just waiting for that start signal. And until then, it's going to be very, very, very boring. If anything is about to happen, though, with the crypto market or with the news from Merco, I will make sure to update you guys. So don't forget to strap in for new videos. And if you're getting really bored, maybe check out this video as well, because we're going to have a new mobile game for Main City.